What's good? So I'm making this video because I'm seeing a lot of comments from fans that watched the Charlo fights this past weekend. Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison and Jamal Charlo versus Matt Korobov. Correct me if I'm wrong about that because I can never get them right. Every time I talk about the Charlos, I talk about how I can't get them right. You guys are like, yeah, we get it. They're twins. Who cares, right? But people are saying that Jamal Charlo shouldn't go after Canelo anymore because he had trouble with Matt Korobov, and some of you think he got robbed. And I, like I said in the other fight, I could see that, I guess, but I thought it was either a draw or that Charlo won, and thought he closed off very well. And I think that Jamel Charlo beat Tony Harrison clearly. I thought he was the more active fighter and landed the better shots overall than Tony Harrison. But just because these two guys had difficult time against some of the top contenders, they shouldn't go after Jarrett Hurd or Canelo because they might lose. Jamal Charles shouldn't go after Canelo or Gennady Golovkin because he had trouble against Matt Korobov, and that proved that he has flaws. Well, surprise, surprise, everyone. Every fighter has flaws. No fighter is perfect. Even the undefeated guys, even Lomachenko. That's how great he was. He went up and fought possibly the best lightweight, maybe besides Mikey Garcia, but now he's a welterweight. In his first fight at lightweight, he fought the best lightweight out there. And he got exposed by many of you, but he won. Yes, he got dropped. Yes, he had a difficult time. He got hit, guys. He got hit in a fight. Oh no. Jamal Charlo got punched with a straight left against an awkward Russian southpaw fighter that he had to prepare for on short notice. Yes, we forget. Yeah, Korobov probably would have beat him had he had sufficient time to prepare, but he didn't. And Charlo would have had more time to prepare for an awkward southpaw like Korobov and not a slickster like Willie Monroe. That's what he was preparing for. So they had rough nights, and one of them lost. It doesn't mean they're finished. It doesn't mean that their careers are over. It just means that they're flawed fighters, just like every other fighter out there. Even Mayweather, guys. Mayweather had trouble with the double jab and constant pressure. Lomachenko will always have trouble with a pressure fighter that doesn't stop throwing and throws to the body with an overhand right. That's just what it is, and he'll eventually lose again to someone that's not afraid of him. These guys were not afraid of the Charlo brothers, and it showed. And they fought very. Korobov and Harrison fought very good fights. One of them won. I see a lot of people saying that it should have been the other way around. That Jermell got robbed and Jamal got a good decision. And I'm not gonna say either way. I scored the second one a draw, but they were both close fights. They were both chess matches, and they were both in with very good opponents. So we forget that Korobov Quillen dropped his belt and a $1.4 million payday so he wouldn't fight Korobov. He knew that Korobov was trouble. He knew that Korobov was a good fighter. So what? Jamal had a rough time with him. Should he stop fighting? Is that what you guys want? You don't want him to fight anymore? You don't want him to fight top guys? Weren't you complaining before that, oh, these guys are all hype and they never get in with top guys? Now you're saying these guys shouldn't get in with top guys because they're going to lose. So what? So what if they lose? Can't they come back and keep fighting? Can't they come back? Can't Jermell come back and rematch Harrison and beat him? Or can he go straight into a Hurd fight? Why not? I'd love to see that. One thing I didn't say on the Jermell post-fight video is that I wish it would have been Hurd that had beat Charlo, because that's the fight that we wanted to see. I wish it would have been Hurd that beat Charlo. I still think Hurd beats Charlo, but I still want to see that fight, guys. I still want to see Jamal versus Danny Jacobs. I still want to see Jamal versus Canelo or Gennady Golovkin. Do you guys not want to see good fights? Just because your favorite undefeated fighter might lose? Is that where we are as boxing fans? We just want these guys to stay undefeated and to not fight in good fights? I kind of caught myself. I was talking to my buddy the other day, and how Jaime Munguia is a champion at 154, and we were saying, man, Charlo fight would be good, a Jared Hurd fight would be good. I think that'd be a great fight. It'd be a black Margarito versus a young Margarito. that's what I'd dub that fight. I would love to see that fight. I was like, maybe he should wait a while. I think he'd lose those fights right now. My homie was like, so what? What? Why not take those fights now? Yeah, maybe he'd lose, but he would learn from losing, and he could come back from those fights later. Why wait to see good fights? Plus, these guys are champions. These guys are champions, are top contenders. They should be fighting the good fights now. We as fans should be calling for all these good fights, even if that means that our guy might lose. Why not? So, this is just a little rant on fans saying that these guys shouldn't fight fights that they could possibly lose. Why not? Why can't these guys lose and come back? That's partially our fault why these guys don't take the great fights. And now I'm putting the fault on us fans, but let's call for good fights and let's support our favorite fighters even if they lose. So, what do you guys think about this subject? How did you guys see the fights this last weekend? And who should the Charlo brothers fight next? Thanks everybody for watching. Peace.